Welcome to TFT Tarot for today. Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. And this is me, Oberon, with Goth Tarot. It's my weekly exploration into the shadow sides of life. And we do a more advanced kind of look at a particular issue of shadow work. We begin that at the beginning of the month. So this is week 4. It's kind of the wrap up. So I'm going to get into that in a moment, but we're going to start first with a meditation from the Dark Light Oracle. I know you can't see that very well there. So I'm just going to shuffle these cards. And the meditation will end with a brief affirmation. And its signs doesn't show very well here. Let's see. Put it over here. Signs. Messages are to be seen and heard. I know how to send messages, and I also know how to receive or see them around me. I'm attentive to animals, elements, the moon, sky, wind, and clouds. I'm appearing to you and sending you this message through my white winged friend because you are living a very special moment of your life. Energetically speaking, you should pay attention to any little detail now. You must trust your intuition and learn to read the signs. There will be many. Trust my word. Remember that there are no coincidences. Nothing happens by chance. Everything has a meaning, and you are being strongly guided. So just spread your antenna and do not miss a sign. Affirmation. Messages are sent to me. I am able to hear and understand them, and I am deeply grateful for this supreme guidance. So once again, that was from the Dark Light Oracle, and that was signs. So now in a review of our major work, it was called Protective Shells. And we explored the main idea of the protective shells interfering and blocking how our chakras are normally supposed to receive information or to mitigate that. And so week 2 and week 3, we concentrated on the heart and the root chakra. And I believe we're going to let the chakra work go with that. And we're going to just wrap things up, as I mentioned. So we're going to do the update to the shadow work using the Ethereal Shadow Work Tarot. And the point behind that would be that we're just basically updating and seeing how well we did this. Basically, if there are any pointers here on something we should address, or in general, a summation of where it's going or where it is so far. But I think we are at the point where we really do feel we can wrap this up. So let's check that out. And we have pulled the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups says we are in movement then. And the Knight of Cups is a good sign that maybe the movement to understand ourselves emotionally is a good sign. It shows that maybe we have come to understand what it is that we're balancing the chakras with, or opening them back up and letting them kind of submerge or absorb those protective shells. So I know it sounds a little bit like gobbledygook, right? But I'm going to give one last tool for looking at this, and I think the Knight of Cups is an encouraging sign that it worked well. As long, and I think you should review the other two segments, the other three segments, if you really need to understand this better. I want to move ahead, but as long as we consider those exercises that were there, that would probably be a good thing if we still are struggling a little bit with this. But now we're going to move on to the final tool before we do the final meditation work, and that's from the Deadly Apothecary Oracle. And this time we're going to use both the poison and the antidote parts of this card. The reason being that I think we can address the fact that there was something overall causing us to create these fields around ourselves and negate our chakra energy. And so now we want to address that as that specific kind of poison or vibration or energy or modality that was at the root, perhaps, of all this. And then what is its antidote? So once again, that's from the Deadly Apothecary Oracle. And I use that exclusively, on this 4th week program. So here that is. And it's Larkspur, Bright Star. Poison. The Larkspur had a difficult childhood, never really fitting in, and was branded as being weird and other, and thus became a loner. They can never comprehend the violence and unkindness in the dense physical energy that is the earth. Why people treat each other and the environment so badly. Larkspur has become insular, loath to go out into the world and show who they truly are. They have forgotten they came here to help humanity and not hide from it. So anecdotally, this particular herb or root, the bright star, its juice supposedly will heal wounds. You must take it from the leaves and flowers. And it generally grows wild in the fields of Europe and is used in protective ways. All right, so now the antidote. The Earth's energies are speeding up and changes are inevitable. And with this comes turbulence and uncertainty. Larkspur agreed to incarnate upon Earth at this challenging time to help and heal humanity and guide them into a more peaceful, prosperous era. They have come from a place of unconditional love, unconditional creativity, and joy. Just their energy brightens a room. Larkspur must remember what they came here for and shine their light unapologetically like a bright star in the sky. Well, you kind of see with all these cards that maybe there's a sense really of letting our emotional joy or natures kind of rise to the fore and sort of rip away those protective shells. I know that sounds really simplistic, but a lot of this is just trusting in your own human nature and your ability, to feel comfortable with yourself and really, start to explore that and, uh, be okay. So now we're going to close with a final meditation that I will take from the secret language of darkness. And it is endings. A natural progression for expansion of the soul. Everything eventually dies. Death is not terrible, a punishment, or in opposition to life. It allows new life to flow into existence. Embrace death as part of life by dying before you die. In this way, you are encouraged to embrace life. What thoughts, behaviors, or patterns would instantly fall away if death was imminent? You could begin to experience your best, most fulfilling and desired life by releasing them now. Are you compromising yourself because you don't want something to end? This approach to life can create anxiety around failure or new experiences. It is always unrewarding, as you can miss the meaning and magic of life. Embrace an ending and step into the fullness of life by finding gratitude and wonderment in all you have accomplished and created. So now I want you to think about this card and in your mind's eye, see yourself holding your hand out to it. But sense your body and concentrate on your breathing and follow that breath inward. Hold for 5 seconds and relax. Breathe out and release all tension. Focus on the middle of your chest. Continue breathing as you imagine descending a golden staircase that stands before you. Relax as you walk down each step from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel aligned with your higher self or soul, and know that that is eternal and infinite. Now step into the cave before you and greet your shadow, whatever you want to consider it, whether it is the work we have done here or the work you know you still need to do. In front of you is a doorway with "Beyond" written above it. As you walk through this opening, you begin to glow. Look down at your hands and see them shine. Even if your physical form is different, you will always recognize yourself. Now, in this glowing state, imagine you are standing in a beautiful forest in autumn. Observe the trees and the transformation of the leaves. A breeze rustles these leaves and shifts the knowing in your heart. Thank the leaves for their wisdom. The time is ripe for a leaf to release itself from a tree. It has been fed, nurtured, and sustained, but it will only transform when it lets go. It frees itself from the tree and drifts like a feather to the waiting arms of Mother Earth. She welcomes the brave leaf into the eternal, loving embrace of all. Here the leaf becomes part of the rich soil where new seeds are planted and grown. Imagine you are that brave leaf sinking into the arms of Mother Earth. Sense how safe and free you feel. You are in a space between chapters of your life, teetering on something new. Mother Earth gently lifts the changed you back into the cave and returns you to the golden staircase. And as you ascend, any fear of death falls away like a leaf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You are ready to move on from your previous experience and creation. Allow a chapter of your life to end. Turn the page and let it be. Say to your shadow, thank you for holding my fear of death. Today I have faced death and learned to embrace life. The fear has disappeared, so there is nothing left for you to hold. Well, dear friends, I hope you came through that okay and realized that that was very necessary for us to cut through these final layers of things that overprotect us from what we really need to embrace and understand in our lives. All of these cards had a lesson to play for us. Move towards our emotions and embrace them fully. Understand what those toxic relationships really are and look for the signs that are coming. Thank you, everybody. Don't forget to watch us live tomorrow night from 7 to 9 p.m. And then on Friday, my Emotional Exchanges program. And then don't forget to watch us on Happy Hour Saturday for something a little bit lighter hearted. And then don't forget to watch Banshee's Material Matters Sunday at 10 a.m. And we are live again from 2 to 4 p.m. Also, I should mention, later today will be the sun moves into Scorpio. So there will be a monthly modality message. I believe it will be at 4 p.m. I'd appreciate if you watch it. It's for all the signs of the zodiac. A week from today is the 5th week in October, and I'm not going to work again with this shadow work that we've been doing, but instead I think I will do something to celebrate Halloween. All right, everybody. I'll see you next time. Take care. May God and Goddess bless.